Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is another episode of 1804 History. Yeah, before I start this episode, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the 1804 show, chapter 2, and hit that bell so you can get the notifications. Because a lot of people haven't really been getting no notifications because they don't want to hit the bell. Because I really be needing my videos to be watched because I'll be spreading that knowledge and everything. And it just, a lot of people, bro, they just be doing their own thing or they living under a rock. But I feel like, I was just handpicked. I was chosen to do what I do. Everybody doesn't have that gift. Some people have the talents, but some people have the gift. And I feel like I have the gift to educate my people on these type of segments and these type of stories because we really don't get these teachings in public schools. So I feel like it's important for me to tell y'all one of the most powerful indigenous women that ever existed. And yes, this is true. I've done countless hours of research and everything. So if you're looking to debate, this episode is not for you. And I'm not going to do your homework for you. If you want to know more about this woman, I suggest you do your own research, gain your own perspective. But I'm going to pretty much be all over the place tonight since I haven't done this in a few days. I've really been trying to get my head together because it's not easy doing this type of platform, especially when you run your platform on integrity and peace and harmony. You're not being messy. So it takes a lot out of you when you're doing the right thing. But, eventually you come back, get stronger than ever. So that's what I'm about right now, is just being on my spiritual awakening, meditation, prayer, whatever floats your boat. But I just really been doing that because we are really at war. It's a spiritual warfare and it's a germ warfare. And I'm not even going to say that we live in the last days because who knows for real. And a lot of people just say things out of fear. And fear correlates with this story because people fear what they don't understand. And they just been really taking our history. They recycled so many of our heroes and made them theirs. And I feel like if you whitewash anybody or you steal their origin and make it into your own character, you make it into your own creation, you're a thief. How come you're not giving us our props or give the truth out or tell the truth? It's only because they want us to believe that we were just slaves and that we was weak. We didn't fight back. We cowered in fear. We was resistant and all this other stuff, but that wasn't true. we fought back a lot. And little do you know, because I have to go deeper than Google on this, because Google is pretty much run by you know who, the higher up, so they weren't gonna get no real account of who this woman was and her tribe. And I'm also gonna be talking about the island of California, because a lot of people don't know that it's an island. And a lot of people still believing in that map that we seen in the atlas or the world globe and this and that. But that is so incorrect. A lot of those maps that that we seen in public schools wasn't correct. It was wrong. Let me get deeper. Let me go deeper. If you really think that the United States of America is small, America is bigger than Africa. Yeah, I said it. America is bigger than Africa because we only look at the United States as being America, but America consists of North and South America. So the promised land and the land of milk and honey, everybody was indoctrinated and told back when they was kids, it's here. Okay, sorry, my bad. But yeah, it's here. And it's been here this whole entire time. Because I have always knew that they was lying to us. I just always knew that black people were more than what they said that we were. We was here way before anybody else was here. Whether people like it or not, this is our country, this is our land. This is our origin. This is where everything started. And Queen Califia, who was the queen of modern day California. And a lot of people would say that her story is fictional, it's not true, it was made up by a Spaniard and this and that. But there are cave drawings of who she was. And there's documentation that she served trial in modern day Germany. And they gave accounts of how beautiful and how tall and how fallacious she was. Like, she was really beautiful. And she was a warrior too. And they don't want us to know that. They don't want us to know that there were dozens and dozens of tribes in America. They just want you to think that anything that consists of tribes were in Africa, but that's not true. There were like dozens and dozens of them. But yet she had led the only woman tribe. because California inhabitants were only women. There were no men, but they were only women. And they was around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And, you know, they were covered in gold, and they wore helmets and diamonds and stuff like that. And they said that her cave were in San Francisco area. And there's no telling how she was overthrown, but they said that her kingdom ended in the early 1800s. But there were depictions of her and depictions of the women that assisted her in battle. And there's countless evidence that so-called black people were in California and all over the Americas before Columbus discovered them. And we were just always told lies and told half-truths. And they really did like a Jedi mind trick. And everybody isn't going to understand it. You got to look at all of this from your third eye. You can't look at it from a colonized mind. You got to look at it from just within. You got to look at it from a vibrational pull. But I just always knew that my race of people were more than was depicted in them history books in them public schools. And that's why, like, we need to really get back into knowing who we are as a people and get to know how great we are. Because we just settled. We allow people to tell us who we were and continue to degrade us and continue to fall for the same tricks and the same rhetoric. We depend on the people that came and murdered us, privileged us, and totally tainted our DNA. Because none of us are pure bloods, you know what I'm saying? None of us are what they discovered over here. And they really didn't discover, they just came over here thinking that it was their land to take, and come to find out, they were like, oh snap, people over here, let's enslave them. And what people don't understand is that they destroyed a whole lot of stuff. They burned down a lot of stuff. But the one thing that they couldn't destroy was the truth. They couldn't destroy statues. They couldn't destroy hieroglyphics. They couldn't destroy cave drawings. They couldn't destroy that. But they destroyed a lot of things to try to keep us from knowing who we were as a people. And they instilled fear into us and made us Christians. They made us Muslims. They made us Catholics. They even made us Pan-Africanists. You got black people that's more African than an African. Y'all spend all this money on these websites, allowing them to trick you into believing that you come from several countries instead of looking at your family tree. And your family tree would reveal who you are and where you came from and where your first ancestor came from. Your family tree would tell you everything you need to know instead of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to these DNA websites. And the same people who owns those websites were people that was trying to exterminate our race. They still trying to wipe out our population, but we keep coming back. They have no idea how resentful we are towards them, or just how strong we are. And we just so busy depending on strangers to tell us where we come from, and we depend on them for our safety, for our food, for our water, for our resources, gas, electric, everything. And that's why we are always going to be at the bottom of the totem pole if we don't get it together, if we don't wake up from this nightmare, because it is a nightmare. It's a nightmare to still be dependent. And this was our land. This was our country. This was our continent. And a lot of people just don't know that. A lot of people just depend on descendants of the people that took this great plateau and they got Hollywood, man. They got Hollywood coming out with a movie, The Warrior King, starring Viola Davis. And that's crap. That's gonna suck because there's an agenda going on with that. And I know a lot of y'all probably haven't watched the trailer to it, but it's always an agenda when it comes to certain things like that. And this woman fought so many people. She fought so many countries who came to invade. Like, she was so dope to the point that other countries was asking her for help, was recruiting her to help them win against their enemies. That's how fearless she was. And that's how powerful she was, influential. And I would put her in the same category as Sun Tzu, but she doesn't get that acknowledgement. But we just have to understand that it was just a reason why her story is really like untold. Only a small portion of people knows about it. And this is not something that I made up and that I conjured up for views or anything. I had heard this story told from black men, white men, Mexican people. A little bit of everyone told this story because they know that this woman existed. And I think that it should be a movie about her and told the right way and told in a good accuracy. So we just need to really redo our research, delete everything we was taught. But California is really an island. And then a great flood of 1862 that I guess shifted or moved it a little further north to Oregon, well, modern day Oregon, but it's an island because it's surrounded by peninsulas. It's surrounded by large body of water. And if you, depending on the atlas or the world globe, you're going to fail. Because there were several explorers that said the same thing that I'm telling y'all tonight. And I don't got no reason to lie to anybody. But we just have to come together as a people. Yes, we and another outbreak. Yes, we going through a possible quarantine again, and people afraid, people fearful, and this and that. How come you ain't hearing no Chinese people or Koreans or Japanese people panicking over this COVID mess? Because they stick together. They stick together. And despite what you heard and everything like that, like, I feel that you will be fine. Because speaking it to existence and joking and this and that, you're going to eventually get what they created, what they put out here. You're going to get it because you're freaking out. You have no faith in God. You don't trust God. You don't believe God has the final say. And I believe in God. I believe in a good entity. I believe that it's someone or something that's in this universe that is good and pure and keeping us level and keeping the good people here in order for us to lead the masses. Because it's a lot of sheep, it's a lot of blind leading them blind, and there's a lot of false prophets that's not doing their due diligence into giving us any type of reassurance that everything's going to be okay. There's nobody really trying to tell you these things. So that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm going to continue to do what I do, regardless of what's going on. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to be fearless. I'm going to be very cautious. Just make sure y'all stay prayed up, wash your hands, and just be safe out here. But yeah, Queen Califia was real. She's not no fictional character. And I'm going to do a part 2 to this video where Queen Califia was copied. I might do like a second video of Marvel and DC comic characters because they have no creativity to the point that they have to take our people who were indigenous people and recreate them. So I'm gonna do a part 2 to that video, to this video, sorry, and really just break it down to you. And you would be like, damn, they took everything from us. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Make sure y'all go to the YouTube channel and subscribe and hit up the Cashapp, $ that 1804 show. If you haven't purchased a t-shirt, pants, hoodie, make sure y'all get to that website and What else I'm forgetting? What else I'm forgetting? Oh yeah. Be looking out for the book. Trying to get it published. So I might start a GoFundMe account if you want to help me get my book published. Just let me know, or you can make a Cash App donation, because I really need to get this book out. It's going to help a lot of people. So if you want to contribute to that, you know, small, medium, large donation, don't matter. But yeah, for more up-and-coming videos, just make sure you hit that bell after you subscribe so you can get the video as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm out. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. God bless. Peace.